Well, hello, brothers and sisters. How are you? Hope your day is very well. Again, another day without my microphone piece. So I'm using the phone microphone. But I want to take this opportunity to chat with y'all. I'm sitting here waiting for my wife because she's getting her nails done. And I just wanted to take this opportunity to chat. Now, those who don't know me, my name is Reverend Dr. Antonio Arnold. I am a disabled veteran, served around 22 years altogether, considering good years. If you want to get technical, 18 and a half, okay? Nevertheless, I was there all 22 years. Maybe not in order, but there. But anyway, I want to take this opportunity as a patriot, as an American, as a Virginian, to talk to you. And I wanted to share a very awesome movie that you need to see. Okay, you'll find if you have Angel Network, that's a good network to download and put it on your television set right now. But the movie I have watched today, my wife's like, we got to see this. We want to see this. We heard so much about it. It's called Young Washington. You remember the story about George Washington? Chopped a cherry tree down as a young boy, became later on fought in the French Indian War, became commander-in-chief of the armies of the Continental Army, and who would later on become president. Some of you know George Washington based on the dollar bill you carry every day, or that 25 quarter dollar that you carry in your pocket, okay? But the George Washington I saw in the movie was extraordinary. The George Washington I have watched as a character was a tall man, lean, a fighting man with ambition to be an officer in the Royal British Royal Army, be commissioned as a royal officer. However, they gave him the opportunity to be a Virginian officer with the rank of major. Okay, it was still considered as a low-ranking lieutenant to the British Army. Okay, however, he proved them wrong. And one thing I love about this movie is the drive, the energy that was behind that was shown through the character. A man that has ambition, destiny, who would not give up. And these are the things I do my best to convey to each and every one I come in contact with, each and every, even my own children, at one point or another, to my example. And when I have conversation with, especially my grandchildren, to convey a message of never quit. When I was in the Army, when I was trying out for airborne, when I was going for infantry school, or when I was going through special operations training to be a civil affairs specialist, and then going through wanting to be a ranger, it was the main thing that always stayed in my mind was never quit, never give up. Even when the chips are down, even when nobody believes in you, you believe in yourself. To God be the glory. Believe in yourself. Trust in the Lord. Trust in God. Trust in yourself. Believe in yourself, because there's nobody else out there that's going to believe in you. You have a vision or a destiny only God that could give. That's the destiny you follow. You don't give up. You don't back off. You don't withdraw. George Washington, the character, and I'm a historian as well as not as a theologian or in a computer geek, if you will. This character of George Washington, and even through his reading his books, was never a quitter. Even though he met some shortfalls, he met some challenges, he has seen death from his own soldiers, he never quit. Even sick on the battlefield, he got his hand pots up and moved. That's a man who's not a quitter. I want you to see this movie because it's going to inspire you. It's going to give you that I'll never quit spirit. It's going to give you that destiny. It's going to reawaken a love of God and country that you never had. And I believe a lot of us have lost that sense of love of God and love of our country. I love my country. I have been in service and witness and been an advisor to other countries, like particularly Liberia. I'll never forget Liberia, and I became a liaison, just like George Washington was a liaison for the British, the advisor, because he knows the land. I have to share against regard to our custom, our way of doing things, as an advisor to officers who are Liberian, who are many of them may be descended from those who have ventured back to Africa from Petersburg, Virginia. Okay, that's another story. Well, so this movie inspires me further, and I'm already a go-getter. Some of you have lost that love, just like you lost your first love with Jesus Christ, because Jesus Christ is an innovator. Anytime a man could lead thousands of people to follow him, and when he could leading billions of people now to the kingdom, it's extraordinary. Guys, I'm here to tell you, having a drive is not it's not prideful. Having a drive to win is not about pride. You should want more. Only you can change your destiny. Whatever God placed in your heart to do, you do it. And if it's meant to be done, it will be done. I have tried for years. I wanted to be a one-star general, to be a commander, to lead troops into combat from the front. I wanted to be those officers, that type of officer that will lead his troops. That's when I joined the infantry first, and not anything else. My dad fussed me out when I did that, because he wanted to be, because my background was electronics, and he wanted me to, go to Signal Corps, be an electronics engineer, that sort of thing. And I chose a different path. Here it is, airborne infantry right here. And then I went straight into civil affairs. Well, actually, I went into engineering right here. Then I went into civil affairs. I got quartermaster under my belt too. I was destined for. I believe I'm destined for more than what I see around me in my community, in my neighborhoods, growing up. I have worked many jobs, worked with many entrepreneurs back then who really opened my eyes to a lot of things, and I'm grateful for that. Because these are innovators. I'm looking for some new innovators. I'm going to inspire you to be the innovators that was up and down Halifax Street, Shore Street, that was all the way up, down, and I'm talking about people in Petersburg who lived in, who own businesses, funeral homes, grocery store chains. Because these guys were the pinnacle of our neighborhood. They were the examples were exemplary, and they made a difference. They created jobs. They paid taxes, contributed to our tax revenue within the city of Petersburg and the Commonwealth of Virginia and the United States. They loved this country. They loved this Commonwealth. They were loyal to Jesus Christ. No different than George Washington. Well, some of you will say, well, this, that, and the other. Well, of course, that happened. Sin always happened. Every civilization has sin. Every civilization has slaves. Even right now, if you go to North Africa and West Africa, slavery is still abound. So, you know where you're getting out of that one. You got to move on. We got to move forward as a nation under God. We are a nation. Everybody looked at you not as a black this, or white this, or Latino this, or Asian this. They look at you as Americans. And that's who we are. If you go to Cuba and you see a man look like this, and then a man look like this, they could classify themselves as what? Cubans. If you go to Guatemala, they classify themselves as Guatemalans. If you go to Mexico, they classify themselves as Mexican. And you got those look like me too. So we got to move forward, guys, to be a great nation. If you want to be a great nation, stop looking to repeat the past. Stop being the evil that you hate. and be the one that will bring this nation under God, a great nation. Yes, make this nation a great again. Make this the greatest nation on the planet. Doggone right. I want my kids to be able to walk in a world where they don't have to worry about how much it costs. I want my grandchildren to live in a world where they can go anywhere in the United States and feel good about themselves and have personal relationship with the people who are fellow Americans. I don't care about your fur. I don't care about your nails. I don't care if you blonde, brunette, black, brown, or whatever. What I do care about is character. I think we forgot about that. Jesus didn't care about you being black. He don't care. The prophet Isaiah don't care if you black. He don't care if you white or pink or yellow. All he cares you follow God. Follow God's word. It's that simple. But I'm telling you guys, forget all the other stuff. Be an American. Be proud of who you are. Achieve greatness. If you're a teacher, be the greatest teacher. Teach truth, though. Teach what's happened, what really happened. Teach the whole story. Teach that math so like this young student could be an engineer or a scientist or a mathematician or a carpenter. Yes, you do. As a carpenter, you need that math. As a plumber, you need that math. As an electrician, you need that math. You need to be able to communicate, to convey a message. If you want to place an order, you have to convey the message in writing. That writing is so critical. It's so important. More so than anything else. Reading, math, literature are your big thing. And history class is telling the story. You learn the story to get you started. The rest is up to you. I have to fulfill the destiny that the Lord has placed before me and made a decision. And as you know, I have credentials. Am I rich? No. Am I poor? No. And now you could be either rich, poor, middle class. That's up to you. The sky's the limit. Nobody's keeping you from reaching your destiny but you. And until individuals like yourselves say, I don't care anymore, I'm going to focus on reaching what God has for me, then you'll start reaching it. The first thing is to believe in yourself, believe in your Lord, believe in your country. That's one thing. Believe in your country, because there's more opportunity in this country than any other country in the world. Listen to me. There's more opportunity to hear than any country in the world. You won't find that the same opportunity in Uganda. You won't find that same opportunity in Ghana. You won't find that same opportunity in Russia. You will not find that same opportunity in I can't pronounce it, but that's okay. Mozambique. I'm just naming just a few countries where it's all about where your last name, what tribe you from. And if you're not from that tribe, you ain't getting nothing. That's reality. I want to convey a message to the children. Study hard, study well, dress appropriately. I'm a firm believer in banning saggy pants. You walking around with saggy pants, you need nothing. Pull your pants out, wear a belt, and look presentable. If you present yourself a bit presentable, people will open doors for you. You go to Africa dressed like that, you get nothing. And they'll look at you as a slob American. You present your hairstyle presentable. Ladies, take the wig off and let the world see your true crown. Let the world see your whole crown. People who don't care about you will sell you a wig every day. While they make millions, you making nothing. It's all about reaching those plateaus where you can afford what you want. But I'm telling you, love your country, because this is the only country you got. I'm 61 years old, and I have taken, forgive the noise, it gets hot in here very fast. It gets very hot in here, and I'm trying to control this volume. Let me see here. Yeah, let me do this. Turn the volume on this thing. And it's amazing how this thing, let's see. One thing I love about BMW, I tell you turn the AC, it'll let you know. But yeah, you got to love your country, guys. Love your country, love yourself, love your neighbor as you love yourself. If you don't love your fellow man, then you're not in the kingdom. Seriously. If you cannot love your fellow man, you don't love yourself. My neighbors, I love every last one of them. Those I know and I don't know. The only way I can have a different opinion on that is when you display a different character. If you present yourself with with a characteristic that we can have a conversation and we can meet and greet and love, I'm there. If you come in here with hostilities, which I have seen all around, which is totally unnecessary, then that presents a whole other deal. And I'm going to tell you, not all black people support jigaboo stuff or nigger behaviors. We don't support that. As sin as it is a sin to hate. As soon as you get in a different conversation, you attack like a wild animal. That is not what it's all about. You set yourself up for failure. You get a criminal record. You go to jail and your income's like this. And then you look for Uncle Sam or Uncle State to dig you out. And guess what? Uncle Sam, Uncle State could dictate to you. And they own you. If you're getting Section 8 and you're getting ET with those cards, they own you. You are a slave. Only you can get out of that stuff. I've been homeless. I lived in my car. And guess what? I live in a house that's worth almost $1 million. So don't tell me that you can't change your destiny. You can make a decision that will bring prosperity to you, or you can make a decision that will bring straight up damnation and destruction. It's up to you. Be slow to anger. Listen carefully. Make good decisions. You got people who don't want to make decisions, you leave them the heck alone. Associate yourself with people who are upright, who are about making good decisions, who are about educating themselves, increasing their skills. You could be a plumber and be the best plumber out there. I took plumbing classes. I've been a plumber myself. I can't be doing that stuff now because of my back, but nevertheless, I still know something. I know water purification. I know electronics. I know electronics. I know carpentry because I've done those things as a trade. So you can't tell me that's your opportunity that you just got to want it. If you don't want to work, guess what? You don't want to eat. The Bible says if a man doesn't work, he doesn't eat. The Bible also says if the man does not take care of his own, and I'm applying this to women now because it's 21st century. If you don't take care of your own, that includes your kids and yourself, then you are worse than a non-believer. You are worse than the infidels. And you're not part of the kingdom. The kingdom is exclusive. A lot of people think it's inclusive, but it's not. Because there's rules to follow. There's requirements to do. You have to give up yourself. And if you don't want to give up yourself to Christ and surrender to him, to surrender to the Father, then you're out. Either you're in or you're out. You're out. That's exclusive. So if somebody tell you that Jesus Christ is totally inclusive, you can write that thing off in the bank and say, no, he ain't. Because if that be the case, we have a free-for-all. But guys, you ought to see this movie. Take it for an infantry soldier here and a minister. It's a Christian-based movie. It's clean. None of that profanity crap that you see out there in other movies. And it's about ambition. George Washington never had formal education. I knew that already too. George Washington was given an opportunity to read books. There's plenty of books out here. I got tons of books in my house. I have a library in my house. And every now and then I'll pick it up and read. Not just read on the internet, but pick up nothing like flipping through the pages and letting your imagination build. Because that's how you convey a message to people. You can have a conversation based on what you have read. And George Washington took full advantage of that. He took what is lacking, like a degree of formal education, to present himself with books that his brother, who was an aristocrat who had risen, giving him an opportunity to read his books. And then an aristocrat took advantage of the opportunity to allow him to read his library. How to talk, how to carry the decorum. We need to relearn decorum. We need to relearn how to maintain ourselves as individuals and present ourselves in a professional manner, to make our hair look presentable, our face look presentable, keep ourselves clean, speak eloquently, like you know something. Read books. That's how you learn language. That's how you learn vocabulary, by reading. Taking a test not getting you there. You have to live it. Read it, study it, then apply it. Because it's right there in front of you. We got more opportunities now than they have in my time. More opportunities now than you have in my dad's time. If you have an iPhone, a Android, or a regular computer laptop, or a tablet, you got tools already in your hands that can make you millions. If you use it right. If you understand what you have. If you have some ambition, you can put things together. But you got to learn how to use it. Okay? You got to be willing to learn. And if you're not willing to learn, then you will not succeed in that area. You're going to be held up. And I know what it means to be held up, because I was held up for 10 years because of a poor decision. It cost me 10 years. And I had to fight my way through those 10 years. A lot of people don't understand. You read my autobiography, you understand. But it didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen in one day. It didn't happen within a month. It took years to rebuild. And some of you are in a position now where you have made a decision and it cost you. But you don't have to stay there. All you had to do is acknowledge Jesus Christ and how the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, to guide you. But in order to have the Spirit in you, you have to dive into the Spirit. What did I do? His very own words. Because his word teaches us. That's what the Comforter does, as we say, this Holy Spirit. It teaches us. It guides us. And then when you get that kind of wisdom, you pick up other books and you study and you reflect on it. It helps you obtain characteristics that could take you to the moon. I'm not here to try to discourage anybody. I just want to encourage you and empower you to move beyond where you are. Some of you are working in industries right now stagnated, have no desires or interest to move any further. But those of you do, find out where your niche is and apply, or read manuals, read those books. When I was a restaurant manager, you know what I used to do? I wasn't supposed to do it, but I used to write down the policies and the procedures, operations, because I want to be the master expert in that. And then I may want to open my own franchise. And that's what I wanted to do at the time. But unless you pick it up and study it, and they're not going to give you time to study it, because they're saying, okay, you got to run by these set of standards. And unless you study that standard, how are you going to maintain those standards if you don't take time for yourself? Okay? I'm a firm believer in professional development. So you got to be that same brother or sister, I don't care what the color of your fur is, to get out there and study and learn. I don't care if you have to lose sleep. I normally maintain 3 to 4 hours of sleep a day. What I'm doing, I'm innovating. I have innovated a way now to improve photography, taking an old photograph and improved it to bring it back to its luster, the way it looked. Then I just printed it out. There you go. You got a beautiful picture, because it's nothing like memories. But if you don't know the technology, you won't know how to use it. If I give you a pair of pliers or a ratchet set, would you know how to use it? Unless you go and get training or somebody mentor you. Follow what I'm saying? I hope it makes sense to somebody out there. But I just wanted to convey a message of number one, go watch Young Washington. It's a very positive movie. It's about your country, and you should be very proud of it. Don't hate your country, because I'm telling you, other country people in other countries are laughing at you. If you say you hate America, then the British, the Europeans Union, they're laughing at you. The Africans are laughing at you. The East Africans, which is the middle part of the Middle East triangle, they're laughing at you. They will laugh at you. Mexicans will laugh at you. Central America will laugh at you. Asians will laugh at you because you're stupid enough to say, I hate America. They love their country. It may say, well, they come over here for opportunities and wealth. Yeah, they come in for the money. They want riches too. But if their country have it, you think they come over here? No. Had their country developed the resources and ability to do it? And I'm quite sure they got a lot of resources there. They got a lot of wealth. But their own people won't give them the opportunity. Here they got it here. And that may be our downfall. But I'm here to tell you, if you don't take advantage of the opportunities that's in front of you, then it's your fault. Ain't nobody can convince you otherwise. You have to believe in yourself to know, this is what I can do. I want to be an electrician. Bam, be an electrician. Take the class. Get through an apprentice program. I wanted to be a teacher. Well, go through that program too. There's plenty of out there. There's a university that will teach you. I want to be a scientist. Okay, there's plenty of college, university teaching what area of science that you want to be in. Because there's a need. I want to be a restaurant. I want to be a chef. Well, there's plenty of chef schools for chef. Especially if you want to be a master chef. And run that restaurant to standard. But it starts with you. When you wake up in the morning, before you start your day, and that's what my wife and I do every morning. And that's what I've been doing since my youth. When my dad taught us to make a military style bed, right? To standard, to bounce a quarter on at 5 years old. That's a habit I continue all the way up to now and still do. I still do that. When I went to basic training, that was vacation for me. And I got paid for it because I love it. Because it was just like home, in my way, to me. Because I'm used to it. My dad did 30 years. But I'm telling you guys, first thing you should do every morning is make up your bed. Sweep your floor. Get up 30 minutes early. Get your house in order before you leave. Get your clothes. Make sure your clothes are already in whatever you wore before. Put it in the laundry room. Once that's done, you're ready to go to work. You already got your meals ready. You already got yourself, your mindset ready for work. You go. Make great success. Make it happen. When you come back, you don't want to come back to a dirty, nasty house, things out of order, bed not made for you as a crowd. No. You want things in order. So when you come home, everything's in its place. That's why I wrote the book called The Impression of Gold by Antonio Arnold. Because it showed you how you should be able to maintain that first impression. When your guest comes over, they won't look at a nasty house. And when they don't say nothing, and you come in your house, you got stuff all over the place. Guess what? They talk about you behind your back, and that's an impression on you. We can change that today. Change that impression today. Make your bed up every morning. Make sure the dishes are washed every night. Because cockroaches looking for food. Rats looking for food. Clean behind yourself. Clean behind your children. And teach your children the same standard. Teach yourself about how to manage money. How to make investments. Read books on investment. Read a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Okay? Read books like that from innovators. Not saying Robert Kiyosaki, I mean, I'm endorsing him, but that's an example. Read my books. You know, I got tons. All you have to do is type in my name, you'll see a whole slew of them. But do some professional development for yourself. Learn about your country's history, good and bad. Learn, take from what's good and stick with that. Learn from what is bad not to do again. Okay? Because we all fall short of the glory of God. And a lot of us still do it. But here's the thing. When you have a Redeemer that died for your sin and you confess him as Lord, you have to change. You can't be doing that stuff like you used to do. You can't act like a fool anymore. You can't kill just to be self. I'm going to walk up and shoot this person. You can't do that anymore. Commit murder, stabbing, cheating on your wife on a regular basis, cheating on your girlfriend on a regular basis. You can't do that anymore. And plus, you got to get married. If you have children out of wedlock, you got to be a father or a mother. And you got to raise your child to be respectful. That movie is one of the many movies that I recommend today. It's showing right at the theater, right in Chesterfield. So you can watch that movie. I don't know what the name is. I didn't know the name of it. Hold on for a second. But definitely I want to encourage you to go see it. To go see it today. If you ain't got nothing else better to do today, go see it. Here it is. Young Washington. Cinema Cafe Chester. I tell you, they got some good food there too. They got regular good food. They got a restaurant. These people will come to your chair and serve you. So if you want popcorn, they'll bring the popcorn to you. If you want a cold drink, soda pop, they'll bring the soda pop to you. If you want a cheeseburger, hot dog all the way with chilies and onions, which was delicious, they'll bring it to your chair. And the chair is it's that tilt seat, got two-way control too, so you could recline if you like. I mean, I have never experienced anything like it, and I hadn't been in a movie in years, movie theater. But yeah, Cinema Cafe Chester, Young Washington, PG-13, okay, and you can pick your own chairs where you just they'll show up a screen what chair you want. Go ahead and go watch that movie. I encourage every patriot, every American that should be a patriot. Love your country. I served our nation. Served in the Guard, Virginia Guard, it's the Air Force side, served in the Air Force, served in the Army and Army Reserve. I have served my country as an enlistment and an officer. I served as a GS as well, working for the government. Done all that. Public school teacher, I was a teacher, substitute teacher as well. Done all that. Been an entrepreneur, had my own store, made sacrifices. Stayed up at night while everybody's sleeping. You should do the same thing to get that extra edge. And I always want that edge to win. What's so wrong about that? You should want to win. You watch football games, you cheer the football team, NFL team, or high school or college team to win. Why? Because we want your team to win. What about yourself? Win. Help teach your family win so you can win together. We as a nation is supposed to be one under God. We should win together. Not allow our enemies to win. Not allow our enemies to come to our nation and to conquer using our laws against us. No. Starting today, after you watch this movie, I want you to make a commitment to love your country. Love God. First of all, love God. And when you love God, you're going to love yourself. And then when you love yourself, you love God, you're going to love the person next to you. You're going to love your fellow man, but you're going to also love your fellow American. I don't care about the fur. Unless you show me a character that is opposite, then I'll, of course, judge you accordingly. What did the Bible say? Well, judge not to be judged. It does. If you kept on reading that book, that particular chapter in Matthew, it does say judge righteously, right? We don't hear that or not. You judge righteously. Can I hear it one more time? Guys? Somebody type in the screen and say, judge righteously. Now, also, all scriptures are given by inspiration of God. For reproof and for what? Correction. We forgot about that too. Pastor, we got to correct our congregation. We got to correct the people in our community as leaders. We are as leaders, I correct my soldiers. Who's appointed under me. Under my authority. Individual. When I used to supervise restaurant management, I made corrections. Yes, I had to coach disciplinary action too. Why? Because that's my responsibility as a leader. I have to enforce correction in my household. Why? Because I'm a leader in my household. So you as a leader is responsible to make correction. As a pastor of the shepherd of a congregation, not denomination, congregation, you are bound to lead. Amen? Amen. Go see that movie. Put God first. Love your country. Love yourself. Love your neighbor. I love each and every one of you. I treat you all the same unless you show me different. You show me jigaboos and like I don't give a damn, you don't have no problem with me. I'm out of your way. Just don't come to attack my family. Then I'll have to go infantry. That's the only thing. I love my family and I love my country. I'll let it be known. I do love my country. And I will not be allowed to sit back and allow my country to fail. I will protect my community where I am. I will protect my brothers and sisters who are standing right there in the front lines with me. And I will protect you. You were right. You right by me. We're right. And I'll do everything I can to help you. Hi, Cousin Antonio. This is your cousin, Donna K. White Terry from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Huh? How you doing, cuz? Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. From one family member to another. God bless you. You reaching out to me all the way from Oklahoma. Ah, God bless you. Tell my sisters I say hello. Tell the rest of the family I say hello. God bless you. Thank you for chiming in. Hey, check out my books. I got a number of books. That's a benefit that could be a blessing to each of them, especially when you learn the Bible, theology, you want to know technology, you want to know artificial intelligence. I taught that too. That's in my book as well. If you want to know about feeling good about yourself as a business owner, belief, overcoming disbelief. That's another book I wrote. My story. I created a bunch of coloring books. You got kids, grandkids who like to color. Oh, somebody who's looking to join the military and want to know. Awesome. That's awesome. Glad to hear. Kids, I've created a coloring book for every branch of the military except the Coast Guards. And if I have someone in the Coast Guard who wants a coloring book, I will definitely go to work and create one. It's all about being innovators. I'm telling you. I wrote a book about innovators from the black, okay? Like the refrigerator car, the traffic light, okay? What else? The iron board, the improvement of the iron board. All from black innovators. And there's so much more. This one back in the 1700s, had improved sail where ships can sail faster. He became a billionaire. First black American billionaire, okay? Guys from Massachusetts making things happen. Improved the light bulb. Stuff you take for granted. Potato chips. Where do you think potato chips come from? Huh? Or that, what do you call that, super soaker come from? Or that super soaker everybody like? Or the improve of the radio. Every inch, including the rail couplers, rail on the rail car. Those little things that couples like this and lock, yeah. Locomotives that have to stop the oil itself. Hey man, we got an oil pump. Guess who did that too? Every person in this, I'm talking about as this country. Every individual throughout the years in this country has made contributions to where we have and have made a difference to what in the world as well, because they believe in themselves. With the technology we have, there is no reason that we should have new Rockefellers or new Black Wall Street or Wall Street in general. There's no reason why you cannot reach your plateau. You got everything in your hand, and all you have to do is go to work. You may have to lose some sleep, because I do. You get 2 or 3 hours of sleep. Some people sleep on the go, take a short nap, power nap, get back to the next meeting, or flying to the next location to present a product or service, or working on another engineering feat. Guys, there's no excuse. And it all starts from keeping God first, making your bed up early in the morning, all right? And doing the right thing. What the right thing is? It's the Word of God. Being a contributor to our society. As Americans. As Virginians. Or as from Oklahoma. As New Yorkers. As Floridians. As Georgians. We all have something unique to bring to bear. To make this country greatest country on the planet. Okay? Everybody else had their chance. Every other nation throughout history had their chance, including the Egyptians, the Babylonians, the Israelites. They all have their chance. Now it's our turn. And I want, before I close my eyes, to know that this is one of the greatest countries in the world. Not just because somebody else sees it. I want every American to feel that way. And I'm speaking like it is. But guys, I love each and every one of you. I'm going to go ahead and chime off. It is now 4 o'clock. My wife is late and she's getting her nails done. She's supposed to be here right now. Anyway, that's all good. But stay in touch with me, cuz, to keep a watch on my social media. I'm also on YouTube, TikTok. I'm pretty much on every platform you could think of so far, including some that's not even listed. But I'm constantly putting out content to help people reach their destiny. Young George Washington's story is about a man who started with a humble beginning, no formal education. Listen to me. My grandma only had a 3rd grade education, and she raised 10 children. And she got favor from the people she worked for. Had exquisite furniture, exquisite silver. Well, how do I know? Because I cleaned those furniture. I polished those silvers. My grandma installed in me the characteristics that you see now. A lot of folks made an impact in my life. You go out there and make an impact in a positive manner to somebody else's child, to your child, to your grad. And I believe, in the same token, here's a word that not everybody wants to hear. It's called accountability. Hold the people you love accountable. Because when you don't hold anyone accountable for their actions, then you got a problem. That person may not reach their destiny because nobody sat down and correct them. That child may fall into despair because nobody correct them. They would make a mistake and cost them their life because nobody sat down with them and correct them. Love enough to say, don't do this. You're making a big error. You're messing up. Your grades are unacceptable. I'm telling you, a C grade, that's why I just said, a C grade to me was unacceptable. And I know what a C brings. But if you're giving 110% and the best you could do is a C, I accept that. But if you're doing a C and you're not putting forth the effort, that's unacceptable. Nothing less than an A is required. If you want to go to some of the top colleges like Cornell University, MIT, Michigan State, you better put forth the effort now. You want to go to other colleges like Liberty University, I graduated from that too, or University of Phoenix, Virginia State University, Morgan State University, Florida State, you know, Texas A&M. You got to put forth the effort now for scholarship to help pay for that. All right? And then you got to do some work yourself. Probably have to get a job to pay towards that tuition, because that's an investment in your future. That's an investment in your future. Get around people who understand investments. Get around people who talk the language of stock. Get around people who knows about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Texacoin, stuff like that. Have that kind of language conversation. Be around people who house those conversations. Probably at a pool, maybe at a golf. But when you hear a conversation like that, shut your mouth and just listen as hard as you can. Because somebody is putting out some good nuggets. Follow what I'm saying? Do that. Learn from people around you. See God first. And be around people who are about Christian living. Christian living. True Christian living. Loving God. Obeying his commandments. Obeying the word. Not that God of love stuff. That's not the true living God. That's not true theology. Stay away from it. All right. All right. Donna, again, cuz, I love you so much. Thank you so much for reaching out to me. I hope this won't be the last time. I don't know when I'm going to do this again, because I do this rarely. But I will talk about a book about innovators who have, against all odds, made some great accomplishments, inventions, educational tool. You know George Washington Carver, right? George Washington Carver. Y'all ever heard of him? Anybody y'all heard of him? Well, you're going to find out later on when I get home, because I'm going to talk about George Washington Carver, okay? I'm going to talk about people who done things, including my father, John L. Arnold, who is also an innovator, a leader in his own right, a master electrician in his own right, raised 4 kids by himself, changed my world, changed the world of other people, opened doors where other people wouldn't even do it. Stay tuned, guys. In the meantime, this is Reverend Dr. Antonio Arnold, a.k.a. Beast Mode Airborne. Sign off. Have a good day. Watch the movie.